Austin Joyner out of the game hurts you for Marysville Pilchuck.
There's just no question about that. And, you know, Marysville's down to where they're going to start having to take timeouts here, Scott.
We're keeping an eye on the clock. It's just about to get under 2 minutes. 2nd and 10 for Luton. He still has the ball. He rolls to his right, and it's incomplete again, going for Novak, but great coverage by Marcos Baruch.
That was great coverage, and he actually kind of, either one of those guys could have had a play on that ball.
Clock stops at 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Leaves them at 3rd down and 10 at the Glacier Peak 36.
It's going to be a real challenge. They're going to have to score fast because they're going to have to score and we're going to see an onside kick. If they do get a score, you'll most definitely see an onside kick.
A couple Marysville Pilchuck fans here below us starting to head to the exits. Luton under center. Fakes it, gets it to Walker. Barely, what a great tackle by Josh Pinka just into the game.
And Josh Pinka, we talked to him yesterday. We were down in the field, and he was excited to get some playing time tonight.
The junior in Marysville Pilchuck calls their 2nd time out of the half.
And that was a great tackle. Josh, we're going to see a lot of him next year. I'm excited to call his number a lot next year. We'll have to give him a nickname. He's from Hawaii, the Pineapple Express.
Pinka, we're going to break. We'll be back to see how this one finishes.
Okay, Tim Boyle here with Josh Pinka. Pinka, you've gotten in a few times this year and had some great runs. Tell us about that.
I've just been doing my job. Whatever coach tells me to do, I just do it.
Yeah.
So I've been pretty excited about it.
Okay, so what's the feeling? How are you feeling today about tomorrow's game?
I'm actually pretty excited about it because, I mean, it's a championship game. It's the first one. It'd be nice to have Glacier Peak win it at their home field. So.
Absolutely. So what positions will we see you playing tomorrow night?
Probably mostly outside backer. Not too much running back because Michael Palmer, he's a beast, so can't really.
Yeah, but you've done a good job filling in for him.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Okay, give us a prediction for tomorrow night.
Glacier Peak, 21-10.
21-10, you heard it here, folks.
Yep.
Okay, thanks a lot and good luck to you.
Yep, thank you guys.
That's Junior Job.
Kudos to our executive producer, 5-tool player, dialing up Josh Pinka interview with Tim Boyle. Here's Luton on 4th and 10. He's got pressure, and now the big 6'6" fella hits the turf, and it's again Josh Pinka and Quentin Dunbar.
And it's a turnover down, ladies and gentlemen. That just sealed the deal for the Grizzlies, barring some type of turnover right now, I think, and the crowd is picking up their stuff and heading out the door.
Josh Pinka comes in and puts it down.
Did he make that sack too? Oh my, the Pineapple Express is getting wild back there.
Unbelievable. Well, that can probably put this one in the books with 1:47 seconds, 49-40. Glacier Peak probably will be able to say they won the first 3A for WESCO as Palmer gets it and bruises on the right side with a 7-yard gain.
Hold on a sec. Adrian, you wanted to go for the coach?
We're going to try and get Adrian Wood to get Coach Rowe right after the game on the Twisted Lime Pub postgame show.
Well, I'm real curious to see what Rowe has to say about this. He's got to be breathing a sigh of relief right now because they dodged a bullet.
Well, talk about statistical anomalies.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
The Tomahawks, 548 yards on the ground. Becerra now just watching the clock. 1:06 now. Finally snaps it, gets it to Palmer on the near side.
Picks up the first down, Scott. That's going to seal the deal right there. Thanks for listening. Don't go away yet, though, but thanks for putting up with us. We had some technical difficulties today. Glacier Peak's going to advance into the playoffs with the #1 seed, Scott.
So let's talk about that, Tim. Next week, they get home field advantage back to Veterans Memorial in Snohomish, and we already know who they're going to play.
Seattle Prep, ladies and gentlemen. Always a tough team. they've got at least one guy that's going to play Division I football next year, so it's going to be a tough match for them next week, but they'll be home.
Becerra takes a knee now, 35 seconds, nothing they can do to stop it. Boy's getting a little chippy down there.
That happens when you're about to lose the game and you know you can do nothing about it. You get a little extracurricular going. 20 seconds, folks.
Well, Marysville Pilchuck, they come in tonight 7-1, just like the Grizzlies. But the bigger story for the Tomahawks is the injury. 9, 8, 7, and now the players take the field, and the Grizzlies looking to their crowd with a big victory tonight in the first WESCO Championship. Glacier Peak Grizzlies 49-40 over the Tomahawks.
And Scott, for our fans, you really got to see a real treat today. You're not going to see games where people gain 548 yards rushing and lose. That just does not happen.
Baruch with a giant game tonight. Austin Hines playing a pivotal role. Palmer getting pushed down in the first half, but coming back with key plays.
The wrestler had a big game. Becerra had some just laser beams tonight.
4 touchdowns, 18 for 31, only 1 INT, and it was a garbage one at the end of the first half. 275 yards for Becerra with a big senior night.
Yeah, he would have been over 300, but he let one of those guys got to make a throw of their own.
We were trying to go down to Adrian Woods with the WESCO champion 3A, Rory Rosenbach. Take it away, Adrian.
He's waiting. You can go anytime, Adrian.
We're ready.
Okay, he's waiting. Watch out for you.
I want to thank Adrian Wood, our guest sideline reporter. Great job. A happy Coach Rowe.
They were having kind of a hug and chug over there.
Adrian, a longtime fan and prior president of the Booster Club. Adrian, great job. Well, Tim, what does this mean for the program? First time WESCO 3A champions.
Well, I think what it means is, I'll tell you what it means. They're going in as the number 1 seed. They're going in with a lot of momentum. They got to be really happy. And sometimes those things can really carry on into the next couple weeks. Because think about it. They would have lost in the last second. Then it's a tough week. That loss drags on you. So a big win for the program, no doubt about it, especially when they got 548 yards of rushing and they pull out a victory. I mean, it's just, you don't see that.
No audio. Well, our play of the game, who are you going to go with, Tim Boyle? Always your call on this. Or Todd Elvig or the SDSBN crew.
I think it's down to about 3 or 4 people. We'll take a break. Well, I think it's down to Sean Elledge. You got Marcus Baruch.
Huge.
Palmer had a big game. So Becerra had a big game, but we'll take a quick break and we'll let you know.
The breakdown master, Tim Boyle, will break it all down after we come back right after this. You've been watching Glacier Peak Football on your home for live streaming sports, the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
Don't go away, folks.
Gives us a chance again. We have to thank all the great people who helped us put on this broadcast. WESCO Septic Service. Try them out, awescoseptic.com or call 888-488 888-782-5588. Tell them that you heard this ad on FTSPN.com, and you will get $50 off your next service. They offer 24-hour service, 7 days a week with over 25 years of experience.
7 days a week, 24 hours a day, did you say?
24 hours a day. You just call them or go online, and they'll help you out.
How often do you get midnight septic service?
Not very often. Drew Vader. Or often at our house. We have a septic. We're all about septic at the Oshman Messina household.
That pick six.
Welcome back. It's a final here from Quilceda Stadium in Marysville. Glacier Peak victorious 49-40 over the Tomahawks of Marysville Pilchuck. Scott Oshman along with Tim Bull here on the Twisted Lime Pub post-game show. Tim, let's just run through quickly these incredible numbers for this championship game.
Well, we've talked, I can't say it enough, obviously Pilchuck had 548 yards, but let's talk about some of the GP numbers. Palmer comes out with a big game. They were stopping him early on, but then he had just some clutch runs when they really needed it. He ended up with 84 yards, 15 carries, 2 touchdowns. I think the game turner, the play of the game, is that pick 6 by Sean Elledge. It turned the whole game around. They had just lost Joyner. They got penetration on the quarterback. He throws up a crazy pass. Elledge was all over it. He had his eyes in the end zone. It changed the whole tempo of the game. That's why we're giving Sean Elledge player of the game tonight. It was a tough call.
Sean Elledge is going to be our dynamic diesel player of the game. Adrian Woods waiting for him if you want to hang out and hear from the heralded senior Sean the Wrestler Elledge, just doing a tremendous job. Again, Tim, we don't really keep track of a lot of defensive stats here during the ball game. It's very difficult. Just tremendous play after tremendous play. The other thing is the big blocks that he set to release Palmer on that big flea flicker. Just a tremendous game again tonight for Elledge.
Elledge did have some great blocks tonight, and a lot. Those are those things that just don't show up in the stats. And another, I want to give a shout out to the thief. Trey Chambers had a great tackle. He saved a touchdown tonight. That was key. He had an ankle pick, which is a wrestling move. The wrestler will know about that. But he did have a great ankle pick, saved the touch. I think that was that Joyner or Walker?
I think that was Walker going through. The other big moment was Pilchuck had come back and scored, went for the 2-point conversion. I don't know why they decided to pass the ball, but Luton went to the far corner and Josh May broke it up, which turned out to be a big moment in the game.
That was actually really large, because when they were down by 9 points, they could have been down by 7 instead of down by 9, and then they could have scored on that last one. I mean, all those things, and we said earlier that just an extra point is going to change the tempo of this game, and it really it does.
And looking back, big picture again, great Facebook comments and posted about everybody stepping up, and that's absolutely, it was a big-time team win. And looking back in the season, Tim Boyle, again, not that I'm getting teary-eyed because this is my last broadcast, but
Maybe not.
Maybe not. They might go farther. But anyway, if you see the roller coaster ride, Lake Stevens, Snohomish, the big 4A, then they kind of just went into this slumbering sleep where the usual pace and the mojo wasn't going, and they got knocked around a little bit.
Yeah, and it started at Mount Lake Terrace. They should have had a much better game on the road against Terrace. Then they went on the road against Bothell, and that was, we know what happened there. They kind of came out flat, and Bothell just kind of walked all over him. Okay, hopefully we're going to get Adrian Woods with the wrestler down there to get you a couple comments.
Here he is. I see Adrian with Elledge, and here we go down to Adrian Wood.
I'm going. Feel to be a WESCO champion. Feels great. Feels amazing. It's good to get it done. Yeah. Hey, that was a great interception. I saw you whip that thing all the way in. What type of coverage were you guys in? We were on man, and I was on a further guy, but I looked at the quarterback's eye, and I saw him he was going to throw it the shorter route, so I jumped in and got it. Yeah, that was a beautiful look, man. It was a great job. Also, it's a little different. You were in the box most of the game. How did you feel being more inside the box? I love being in the box, getting more chance to be opportunity to be in the play and make a hit on the running back. And get a little bit more chippy. I saw you do a little. I won't call it trash. Friendly talk, right? Yeah, always friendly talk, right? exactly. Hey man, great job. We'll see you next week at home. Yeah, for sure. All right, Thank you. So I'll bring this up.
Great job by Adrian Wood again, Tim.
Great job, man. Great job.
Phenomenal night, championship night. Glacier Peak stepped up with a big 49-40 victory. They live another day to move on and carry on the first #1 seed with home field advantage.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a fun run in the playoffs. We're gonna miss Scott for a couple games. Hopefully we'll win a couple of those and you'll be back in like game 3 of the playoffs. So
I hope so.
But thanks for listening in. We brought you just a phenomenal game tonight. Sorry about some of the technical difficulties.
That's no problem. The STSPN crew, Adrian Wood, guest sideline reporter Leslie McLean on our camera, statistician John McLean, spotter Eagle Eye Chris Cuneo, our executive producer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig, and for my good friend, expert analyst, STSPN football maven Tim Boyle. This is Scott Hoshman saying so long, everybody. 49-40. Glacier Peak, the WESCO champions of 2012.
Awesome. Oh yeah. I can't even working. By the way, shout out to you guys. Shout out to all. Shout out to all. Well, we pull off the 3G, and then it was the opposite way, and then it was yeah, I didn't. That's why I because I was updating the school.